to take issue with the fact that he may have had special treatment. She asked the state's attorney, why didn't you mention he's never had a valid license? She asked the defendant and the defense attorney, why was he allowed to attend his pre-sentencing investigation within...
Tank, what happened? Why are you in a wheelchair?
Shit happen all the time. Shit be happening.
Hey, Mark.
I'm all right.
Wait,
No,
hey,
no.
We got that fight coming up.
You gotta beat it, bro.
There's a fight coming up for sure.
He's talking to me, dog.
You gotta beat it, bro.
Bro, Tank's talking to
No,
me.
he ain't talking to you.
He's talking to me right now, dog. Champ's talking.
It all began at Miami International Airport. A full-blown brawl erupted when Gervonta Tank Davis sucker-punched Jake Paul. The moment shattered expectations, but that wasn't the end of it. Just days later, outside a courthouse, Jake Paul delivered a stunning open-hand slap that landed clean across Tank's face. And that slap wasn't just personal. It was symbolic. It ignited the biggest crossover feud boxing has seen in years. Let's break down how this
beef between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is an amazing boxer who is trained by Floyd Mayweather and has a great record. Jake Paul recently put Gervonta Davis on his hit list and saying he wants to box him soon. Gervonta Davis responded saying, "Jake Paul better leave me alone." Jake Paul responded trolling him and posting this picture calling Gervonta short. He then followed that up by this tweet saying Gervonta is not tall enough to ride the amusement park rides. And lastly, Jake uploaded this tweet of Gervonta jumping into a kiddie pool. It doesn't seem like Gervonta responded to Jake after all this trolling, but the beef is there and I wonder if they will ever fight. Y'all let me know in the comments who you think would win, Gervonta.
Just days earlier at Miami International Airport, tensions were already simmering. Tank Davis, fresh off customs, was in the midst of legal discussions over a pending federal investigation tied to a...
Actually, nice to get that camera.
What's going on?
What's up, Floyd?
I can have what I want.
What you mean with the camera? Oh, you got camera too. So what you supposed to be? I'm just working, man.
What happened? You're not tough anymore since your loss? What happened since your loss? Yo, we gonna bust him up, guys?
I told you before, put that camera
Yo, let's bust him up. Where you?
The tension exploded. Security glitched. What started as a shouting match turned into a physical confrontation. Tank lunged. Security rushed in, but the chaos had already erupted across the terminal and went viral within minutes. To the courthouse, both men arrived today, facing each other in full public view. As Tank stepped out of his vehicle, Jake approached the barricade. Cameras flashed, fans screamed, and then the slap landed. Out. Jake's open-handed strike echoed.
Let it go.
Security immediately intervened before the scene could spiral further. Tank was rushed inside by his team. Jake was escorted to his car, but the damage had been done. Behind the scenes, Tank's camp wasn't quiet. His legal team issued a tight-lipped statement, no public comments for now, but they're not ruling anything.
You give us your reaction to the sentence the judge just handed down.
Well, we're not exactly satisfied with a sentence of 90 days home detention. We believe that based on the severity of this incident, it doesn't seem to be much of a penalty to me.
The judge seemed to take issue with the fact that he may have...
Rumors are already swirling. Some say Tank is considering legal action. Others whisper he might pull the trigger on the Jake Paul fight even earlier than planned. Because this isn't just about boxing anymore, it's about dominance. It's about pride. Jake Paul may not be the most technical.
We're in discussions with a lot of names: Gervonta Davis, Anthony Joshua, Badu Jack, Ryan Garcia, KSI, Tommy Fury. So there's a lot of people on the hit list, but Badu Jack excites me a lot, and I definitely want to become world champion. So going after Zerto or Badu sounds like a good game plan to me.
If you had your pick of the litter, in scale of 1, 2, and 3.
First is Gervonta, Second is Anthony Joshua.
And today, he landed his most devastating mental blow yet. But don't get it twisted. Tank isn't backing down. If anything, today lit a fuse no one can put out. Inside his camp, sources say Tank is fuming, furious, embarrassed, and late.
About Jake, what do you think of Jake?
Clown.
Yeah.
He's a clown.
Would you look at it as a joke if if your team was like, yo, we want you to fight Jake Paul? Would you be like, come on, man?
I'd laugh at him. Like, you want me to fight him?
You think it'll ever come to the point where you're going to mix into, I mean, you're obviously doing the real shit, but will it ever mix into the point where the money's big enough for you to
Yeah, would you ever do a fight like that?
I feel as though in my career,
He wants Jake Paul in the ring. He wants revenge. No more tweets, no more interviews. It's just gloves, fists, and whatever happens under the lights.
Lord, I'm sorry. I'm just in a silly, goofy mood.
And here's where it gets wild. The fight is real. It's confirmed. Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis is officially happening this November. And after today, the stakes have never been...
Gervonta's going to fight Jake Paul in November, and then we'll see what happens if there's an AJ fight. Be interested to go from Gervonta Davis to Anthony Joshua, but I don't think the Chavez fight is terrible. I think it's a smart...
What started as a crossover spectacle, Jake facing a smaller, faster, elite boxer in Tank, now feels like something more. A mismatch on paper has become a personal grudge match. That SLAP didn't just hype the fight, it made...
Yeah, no, we're working on it behind the scenes to make that happen, and obviously that's a fight where the fans are going to win, and it's going to be the biggest event of the year.
What way would you find him at?
We're working on it, but it'd be an exhibition most likely.
Let's lay it out. Tank Davis is the reigning knockout king of the lightweight division. At 135 pounds, he's destroyed elite competition. Leo Santa Cruz
knows better than anyone how suddenly and violently a fight can end. His knockout of Leo Santa Cruz offers a lesson of what not to do against a power puncher.
That definitely was the best knockout. Cause he didn't wake up.
Yeah, he was the only person that didn't know how that fight ended.
Yeah, he felt right there. Like damn that out the ring. He just threw the shot 3 times in a row, but it wasn't like on no it wasn't like faint or nothing. He just kept throwing it like, why would you throw it 3 times? Yeah. 1, 2.
But stepping into the ring with Jake Paul is uncharted.
Who were you going to call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here. He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
Jake Paul?
Next question.
Man, god damn, that's not the Gervonta I know.
Still, Jake isn't as technically gifted. And Tank is betting on that. He wants to prove that size doesn't beat skill.
After Canelo, obviously, didn't materialize, was the next one Tank?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was on the 1 yard line as well, but he has to rematch, Lamont Roach. He wants to get that back. And then we'll be back in discussions with Mr. Gervonta. But, man, this is the nature of boxing. You have massive fights on the 1 yard line and things just fall through.
As you're watching, he was a gigantic favorite, and this is on the heels of the Canelo thing. Are you like, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't know, though, because I never really thought Tank was that good. It would just take the right fighter to pick him apart, to be honest. Someone who had high activity and wasn't afraid of his power. So I always saw so many holes in his game. So to me, it wasn't that surprising that someone finally gave him some good work.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195.
Oh, wow. So he would go all the way from 40 to 95?
Yeah, I mean, it would be an exhibition.
Okay. And so what does that mean? Is that 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, 10 3-minute rounds.
And when you say exhibition, what are the restrictions on that?
No restrictions, just the fact that we couldn't actually get it professionally sanctioned.
Okay. Is that still of interest to you? If he wins the rematch and you beat Julio, is that of great interest to you later this year?
It's like Tommy Fury And legends like Mike Tyson? He's taller, broader, and packs serious knockout power.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like, nobody. Like, I feel like my skills is way better than, like, Floyd. Like, if I'm on my game. You feel? Well, yeah, I take that back. Probably hand in hand. But skill-wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody. Like, talking about top to bottom list of fighters.
Because speed, timing, and precision, those are the real weapons. But let's not forget Jake's no rookie anymore. He's been training for years. And after his win over Mike Tyson in July, his confidence is sky.
I am looked at by these younger kids as this is all we know.
Done.
As a boxer, he's the best.
That victory, love it or hate it, proved one thing. Jake Paul can take a punch and give one back. Now he's aiming at the most dangerous name in the sport under 140 pounds.
Tank was looking past Roach, and he wanted that Jake Paul fight, which I think Jake Paul would have beaten. Jake is way too big. Tank is 5'5", 135, soaking wet. Y'all think Tank is too small for 140. He ain't beating no heavyweight. I'm not joking. I don't think he would have hurt Jake. He would have to jump up to reach him. I don't think he would have hurt him. I tell you this, it would have gone the distance, and people would have been laughing their asses off, and it wouldn't have been good for Tank's brand. I tell you that. That fight would have went the distance. Soon as 5'5" Tank is looking at a 6'2", 6'3" Jake Paul, y'all would have been like, hold, wait a second. And Jake Paul be on spread out paws with that arm out and stepping back. And bro, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. But that's a cat. Fine. We'll never get to fight anyway. So
No titles on the line, no rankings. It's just two men with something to prove. No titles on the line, no rankings. It's just no titles on the line, no rankings. It's just two men with something to prove and one viral slap that pushed everything over the edge.
Fight, what weight would it be at?
195. It would be an exhibition.
okay, so it was going to be an exhibition, not sanctioned, but no restrictions. You can knock each other out and shit like that. It was going to be at a catch weight of 195 pounds, 10 rounds, 3 minutes. I've been trying to figure this out. Why was I a Tank hater for wanting to see Tank go up 5 pounds to get some smoke with like Teofimo Lopez or something? I just wanted to see him go up 5 pounds and fight Teofimo Lopez. And all of you are saying, you want Tank hurt, Showbiz. You a hater. You want him hurt. Then I'm convinced, okay, he's too small, but he can fight Jake at 190.
For Tank, it's about more than Jake. It's about restoring boxing's honor. After weeks of media chaos, the Dubai...
Gervonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
Beating Jake wouldn't just redeem him, it would silence doubters. Critics, trolls, and even elite boxers who claim he's lost his focus. But before Jake can get his shot, Tank has one more storm to weather: the Lamont Roach rematch.
Definitely going on between Calvin Ford and Gervonta Davis. Now, we all seen that knockdown in the 9th round, but what you probably didn't see is what happened after that in between rounds. Check this out. Coach Barry Hunter trained Tank for this fight with Lamont Roach, not Calvin Ford. A lot of people were saying that this performance has something to do with that. So, is something really going on between Calvin Ford and Tank Davis? Check out what Tank had to say.
No, I wasn't really paying attention to the crowd. You know what I mean? I was more so... It's something we gotta work on in the corner. Push.
Now, with the Roach rematch quietly scheduled just weeks before the Jake Paul mega event, the pressure is unreal. To drastically different opponents. Two styles. One misstep, and everything collapses. If Roach shows up sharper, smarter, more, beating Jake wouldn't just redeem him, it would silence doubters.
0. What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, that's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder
if that didn't get me the win, and I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not gonna lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter, hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same, and that's what people getting messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight, a whole lot, and I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled him. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is. It's just he ran into a guy that's on the same.
But if Tank dominates, if he steamrolls Roach, then Jake Paul becomes.
Lamont, it was like he was there, but he wasn't like there for real. Like when you watch all the other fights, you can see like his eyes just look different. When he walked into the ring with Lamont, it was just like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, because you heard in the press conferences he was just saying he was just real irritated. He didn't really seem like
He just felt like I think he just trained just to get by. I think he trained to just do 12 rounds. You know what I mean? The Tink that I know, the kid that you punch him in the face, he go crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if I'm down on the scorecards, I'm gonna go out and go get it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it that fight, and I understand it too. When us as fighters, when you get to a certain point in life, sometimes you just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And amid all this chaos, courtroom drama, internet slaps. Global headlines: one man has re-entered the picture. And amid all this chaos, courtroom drama, internet slaps. Global headlines: one man has re-entered the picture, Floyd Mayweather. Despite years of beef, betrayal, and back-and-forth shots, Floyd is officially siding with Tank Davis.
Something funny, when we was talking in like the 12th round, I think the 12th or 11th, we was talking shit, right? But he like, you ain't gonna win. I said, why not? What you talking about? He like, they ain't gonna give it to you. I said, oh, is that right? So, you know, that's how boxing work. It's sad to say, you know, that's how boxing work. I'm not like totally upset. I figured with a superstar, you won't get too much on paper. But I damn sure thought I had it. Especially when they announced the score for him. I was like, oh, they gonna give me a split decision win. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh here it go. But as soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, it's over with. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's okay.